The mutilated seals washed up on the coast of Norfolk were killed by a boat's propeller, according to a new test. The search is now on for the vessel responsible. Look East reporter Debbie Tubby has been to a research laboratory in Scotland and the RSPCA centre in Norfolk to get the latest on the investigation. This report contains images some of you may find upsetting.
This is the RSPCA at Winch in Norfolk. It's the UK's largest seal centre. One of their patients was among those killed. Here they normally concentrate on saving seals, not keeping dead ones. But the mutilated mammals have had their post-mortems here. This freezer is normally used to store their food. It's now being used to store their bodies. They're evidence for the police investigation. We're obviously not going to show you what's inside.
We're hoping that we can get more evidence from the bodies that we've got stored in here, and we'll see how it pans out. But the investigation's still ongoing and we'll see how we go. We'd like to get to the bottom as soon as possible, obviously, and stop animals dying.
2 weeks ago, I joined the police patrol off Blakeney Point as they tried to solve the mystery. But they've not only been found dead here. They've also been washed up in Canada and here in Scotland around the beaches of St Andrews. Now, the Sea Mammal Research Unit, which is also based here, is trying to find a common link. For the last 6 weeks, it's been painstaking work, pinpointing the location of dead seals and studying maps. But confirmation that it is a ducted propeller like this one is helping. Although classed as intelligent, the seals are actively swimming towards it, possibly attracted by sound or food. And it's adult common seals who've been cut, starting at the face, spiralling around the body, causing catastrophic injury.
We've got somebody who's now doing slightly more sophisticated modelling, including wind and wave movement, to try and determine the area. Once we've got that, we can then close in on the possible candidate.
Back in Norfolk, the RSPCA is reluctant to release these into the wild until the propeller is matched with the boat. Debbie Tubby, BBC Look East.
A man has been jailed for 5 years for stabbing a star of the MTV show Dirty Sanchez. Mark Smith was found guilty earlier this month of wounding Matthew Pritchard. He lashed out with some car keys after Mr Pritchard, who's from Cardiff, pushed him out of a shop in Dereham. The MP for Peterborough has engaged in an online war of words over sex education. Stuart Jackson used Twitter to question spending on such work, calling critics sad, tedious, sex-obsessed, lefty weirdos. His comments have prompted a stream of online complaints.
Archaeologists confirmed today that a burial ground near Letchworth is actually a henge from the Bronze Age. The find was discovered by a group of amateur diggers who always thought there was more to the mound than experts believed.
They are self-confessed geeks, but for the Norton Community Archaeology Group, this is the ultimate staycation. Believing a rare henge occupied the site, the group secured several grants, permission from a friendly farmer, and got to work.
I have to say I've been extremely excited about this. It's not every day that you discover a henge. We know about 60 exist in the UK. There happens to be one just a few kilometres away on the hills nearby. So getting a second one is really quite significant.
Henges are circular areas of land surrounded by a bank. It's thought they were used as a defence or for rituals.
You're 17 and you're spending your summer holiday digging a trench. Shouldn't you be out with your mates?
At Reading or something. Yeah, a lot of people probably don't think it's as much fun as we do, but that's because they haven't done it. And it really is fascinating to see things coming out of the ground that nobody else has touched since the person who dropped them there.
The group believes this henge is about 50 metres wide, and during the 2-week dig have unearthed all kinds of artefacts, from animal bones to flint to pottery. All help date the henge back approximately 4,000 years. And yes, these finds may not look much, but this is a dig for knowledge, not for treasure. Joe Black, BBC Look East.
A redevelopment of a leisure centre in Lowestoft, which will cost £6.5 million, is about to start. Waveney District Council and Pulse Fitness have signed a contract to completely refurbish the site in Water Lane. Last year, Sport England gave them a grant for more than £1 million. The work is expected to take about a year.
One of the country's top jockeys has stepped in to save one of the region's youth football sides. Richard Hughes handed over £1,000 to Newmarkit Town FC to help them continue training hundreds of local youngsters.
This is Newmarkit Town Football Club. The future of their youth setup's been in doubt after they had to move training pitches and incurred more costs.
Well, it's a big lifeline because there's a lot of kids involved and there's a lot of fathers, parents, coaches involved. So, I mean, without donations like this, you just wouldn't be able to keep going.
The club not only encourages local children to be active, but the exercise also helps them socially. Here at Newmarkit Town, they've been committed to youth development over the last 2 decades. And this season, they're coaching over 250 local school children in 21 different teams in a football season which lasts 38 weeks. While the financial situation was looking dire, today they were given a lifeline thanks to racing's top jockey.
I knew one of the stall handlers that works quite hard, and he told me the story what had happened, and I said leave it with me, and luckily I won the jockey's title at Goodwood, and that sealed it.
Richard donated all his winnings from this year's glorious Goodwood, and there was no denying how grateful the recipients were.
This money could do a lot for all the youths and to get everything for the team's equipment, like goalposts and all the stuff that a team needs to be successful, really.
For the children in the town, it means they can now train and play in a safe environment for at least another year. Kate Riley, BBC Look East, Newmarket.